You're listening to the Power Agent Blogcast, empowering agents to elevate their business to the next level.
Challenges are just a guide, leading you, don't run and hide. You've got the heart, you've got the drive, feel it pound, you're alive. Power Agent.
Welcome back to the Power Agent Blogcast, everyone. Are you thinking about selling your home yourself? Going the FSBO route to try and save on those real estate agent commissions. It's a thought that crosses a lot of people's minds, but today we're going to take a deep dive into the idea of saving the commission. Is it really all it's cracked up to be, or is there more to the story?
It's a tempting idea for sure, especially when you see those big commission numbers.
Absolutely. And, I was looking at some numbers from the National Association of Realtors. It turns out that homes sold with an agent actually sell for a lot more on average. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's something we see all the time.
It's a pretty big difference, too. Agent-assisted homes sell for a median price of $318,000, while FSBO homes go for $260,000. That's a $58,000 gap.
It really highlights that there's a lot more to selling a home than just putting up a for sale sign and hoping for the best. There's a reason why real estate agents go through so much training. We're talking 60 to 120 hours of coursework and then state exams on top of that.
That's so true. It's like any other profession where you need a license. Would you represent yourself in court? Probably not, right? It's the same idea with selling a home.
Yeah.
It's a big financial decision, and having an expert in your corner can make a huge difference.
Think about it. You might be emotionally attached to your home and think it's worth, say, $500,000. But a good agent with experience knows the market. They can look at comparable sales and understand the nuances and advise you to maybe list it a bit lower, say $450,000 to get a quicker sale and ultimately make you more money. If you're going it alone, you might just stick to that $500,000 price tag and miss out on potential buyers. You could end up having to lower the price anyway and settle for less in the end.
Right, and the article we're looking at today also mentions this interesting point about how FSBO listings often attract bargain hunters.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing.
So you might think you're in control, but you could end up in a bidding war that drives the price down instead of up.
Absolutely. You also have to be careful about unqualified buyers. When you have an agent, they can help pre-screen potential offers to make sure they're serious and can actually get financing. But without an agent, you could waste weeks, even months, on buyers who just aren't ready to buy. And time lost in a shifting market can cost you serious money.
Oh, totally. And let's not even get started on the mountain of paperwork involved in a real estate transaction. Contracts, disclosures, it's overwhelming.
Ugh, I know. And those documents are filled with legal jargon and clauses that can be tricky to understand even for seasoned lawyers.
It's like you need a law degree just to read them. So if you're not familiar with all that stuff, you could easily miss something important.
Right. And then on top of the paperwork, you have to think about the time commitment. Marketing the property, staging it for showings, handling those showings, negotiating offers. It's basically a second job, especially if you're already juggling work and family life.
It's funny, though, because even the CEOs of those FSBO websites often end up listing their own homes with agents. It makes you wonder, don't you think? Are they secretly saying, don't do what I do what I say?
There's a reason why experienced professionals exist in this field. It's a complex process with a lot of moving parts.
It makes you think, doesn't it? Are you really saving money by going FSBO, or are you potentially losing out on thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars just to try and save a few percentage points on commission?
It's definitely something to think about carefully. At the end of the day, it really comes down to this. Are you comfortable navigating this kind of complex legal and financial transaction? There are some pretty significant consequences if you don't do it right.
That's a really good point. And actually, the article talks about this. It dives into the psychology of why people are so drawn to this idea of saving the commission. Why do you think that is?
I think it often comes from people having the wrong idea about what real estate agents do. We get stereotyped as these pushy salespeople just trying to make a quick buck.
Yeah, I can see that. And let's be real. Sometimes that can be true. But like we've been talking about, a good agent does way more than just list a property. They understand the market. They can help you navigate all that crazy paperwork. And they know how to negotiate to get you the best price.
Exactly. It's like they act as a buffer between you and all the stress of selling a home.
Yeah. Because think about it. You're selling a place that probably holds a lot of memories. You've lived there. You've made memories. You've built a life. It's hard to be objective when you're so emotionally attached to a property.
Oh, for sure. It's
Yeah.
super hard to separate yourself from the sentimental value and just focus on the business side of things.
And that's where an agent can really help. They can step in and be that voice of reason, the one who can detach from the emotional stuff and make sure you're getting a fair deal.
They can also protect you from all the pressure that comes with selling a home. Like, just imagine dealing with those lowball offers or haggling with buyers who are trying to nickel and dime you. It can be super draining.
Yeah, especially if you're already dealing with all the other stuff that comes with moving, like packing, maybe even changing jobs or
Yeah,
going through some other big life change. It's a lot to handle all at once.
definitely. An agent can take on a lot of that burden so you can focus on the other important things in your life.
It's like the difference between trying to do a big home renovation yourself versus hiring a contractor. Sure, you might save some money doing it yourself, but how much stress and time is it going to cost you?
And what if you mess something up? It could end up costing you more in the long run to fix it.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just worth it to have that peace of mind knowing that a professional is handling everything.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, while that idea of saving the commission sounds really appealing, you have to consider the potential downsides too. Could you actually lose out on more money by going it alone? And how much stress and hassle are you willing to put up with?
Sometimes investing in a good agent is actually the smartest financial decision you can make.
It's about figuring out what your priorities are and then choosing the path that's right for you. Do you want to save a few thousand on a commission, or do you want to maximize your profit and minimize your stress?
That's the big question. We've talked a lot about the money side of things and like the strategy involved in selling your home. But I think there's another piece to this puzzle that we haven't really touched on yet, and that's the emotional aspect. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Selling a home is a super emotional experience for most people. It's not just about the property itself, but all the memories and experiences that are tied to it.
Yeah, it's like you're selling a piece of your life.
Yeah.
And those emotions can make it really tough to make smart decisions.
For sure. You might get so caught up in the sentimental value that you don't see the bigger picture.
And that's another area where having an agent can be super helpful. They can provide that like emotional buffer. They can help you separate those feelings from the business side of things.
Totally. It's like having a therapist and a business advisor all rolled into one.
I love that. They're there to support you, to offer a different perspective and guide you through all the ups and downs that come with selling a home.
Right. An agent can take on that burden and let you focus on taking care of yourself and your family.
It's almost like that saying, you can do anything, but you can't do everything.
Exactly.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We've really explored the ins and outs of selling your home yourself versus working with an agent. And at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong answer. It really comes down to your own individual situation and what's important to you.
I totally agree. Do your homework, think about the pros and cons, and be honest with yourself about your skills and your risk tolerance.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure, talk to an agent. A good agent will be happy to answer your questions and help you figure out the best path forward.
Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about the process, the better decisions you'll be able to make.